Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and today I would like to share with you the third instalment from my series of my favourite combos. The favourite combos that I'm sharing with you I can't say this week, but over the next few days and the past couple of days have been from a collection of palettes from Makeup Revolution, and they are their amplified palettes. Today I'm going to be sharing with you one of my favourite looks from the Dynamic palette. And that palette looks like this. Now on the outside, as always, you've got that black shiny packaging. It says Dynamic on the back, and then on the inside you have got not only a huge mirror, but you've also got these stunning shades, and they range from really muted neutral shades right up to very vibrant purples on this side. So you've got everything in this palette. If you like neutral looks, if you like rosy shades, if you like vibrant plums, you've got it all in here. These can be purchased from tambeauty.com for £15 or superdrug.com, or if you're very lucky, you may be able to pick it up from a Superdrug store if your store stocks these palettes. Now the look that I want to share with you today is quite neutral, but also it's got a real pop of colour in here. So what I'm going to do is just pop on my headband. Now the lipstick that I'm wearing today has really inspired this look, and it is from Makeup Revolution and it is from their Renaissance range, and they look like this. So they're beautiful packaging, they're only £4, and it's this shade called Cliche. Now I hope this camera is picking up the vibrancy of these shades, because I'm having to film on something else because I'm just there's a problem with my phone, so I'm having to film with my iPad. So I really hope that these shades, they're not looking too vibrant in the actual when I look at in the viewfinder, or the picture, but what I'll do is I'll put some pictures up on Instagram as always for you, a close-up of this eye look. So I've got my mirror here. If I put it in front of me, it would cover me up, so I've had to put it to one side. And the shade that I'm starting off with today is a neutral shade, and it is called Cryptic. That shade looks like that. So as always, I'm starting off with my Primark brush. It is one of those perfect brushes to start any look off with. However, I did find some of these brushes, these tapered brushes, eyeshadow brushes, on beautybay.com. Now I will link those down below, so if you're unable to either visit a Primark, if it's just not in your country, then I'll pop those down below as well, so there is access. And I know that one was £4 and one was £7, and I know the £7 brush actually came from Morphe. I can't remember the name of the brand for the other one, but they are fairly reasonably priced as well for you. So I'm just going to move my mirror a little bit. Now, like I say, I've popped that shade on the brush, so what I'm going to do is just put that in the crease and take that like that, quite high. This brush is so good for putting that first shade on. It really is. Well, to be honest, I've got so many of these because they are fantastic for the whole eye look. So we've popped that on, and you can see how easy that brush made it, because like I say, these are tapered, so they work so well. The next shade is called Dominate, and it's this shade here, and obviously I put that in the outer corner or outer V and on the lid and in the crease then to deepen that up. So this combo here, I just really like it, because although you've got that neutral side, so you've got that neutral look, you've then got a flash of colour every time you close your eyes or blink. And so I'm just going to add this. Now, obviously this is on a clean Primark brush, so I've just popped the shade on a new brush. And what I want to do is obviously match the other side by getting it in the crease, but also taking it above, but not so that it cancels out that colour, or that first colour, which was Cryptic. So I'm just going to keep building that up. Now, although it's quite a dark colour, it's still got that, you know, that purple edge to it, which is really, really good. So you can now see that that's starting to build up. Obviously you don't have to copy me, you can do whatever look you like, but I think also I've had quite a number of comments over the last couple of days from people who are really interested in these palettes, and I really like these looks because, you know, even if you're not going to follow my look, it then means that you can actually see these palettes showcased and perhaps get an idea of, you know, how they perform, how they may work for you, how can you incorporate them in your collection, and basically, are they going to work for you? And not only that, it's not just are they going to work for you, but, you know, for the £15 you pay, which is, you know, it's not really expensive, but also it's not inexpensive. So you want to make sure that, you know, what you're getting is going to work. But obviously with anything from Makeup Revolution, obviously I love nearly everything that, in fact, I've probably got nearly everything that they've ever come out with. So I just love the brand. It's my favourite brand, as you all know if you're regular viewers. So you can see that you've deepened, or I've deepened up the crease and the outer V, but not only that, you've then got that little bit of pop of the brown just shining through at the top there. So I'm just making sure that it all matches. And what I also like about these shadows are that even though obviously you're getting 35 pans of colour in these palettes, they are about the same size pans as like a Makeup Geek or MAC eyeshadow, but not only that, they are so pigmented. Obviously the name suggests that they are, but they are so pigmented that they actually feel not, I know they're a powder, but obviously they've got some, they just feel so good. They feel a little bit like, I mean, I've said it before about other eyeshadows, they feel like the Tartelette palette, the formulation with that, although it's a powder, you can feel that sort of, is it clay formulation, something like that coming through, and that is what these feel like. Although they are a powder, they are of such high quality that they don't necessarily feel, you know, really dry and powdery. They've got some kind of creaminess to them, I suppose, not clay. I'm not very good at describing eyeshadows. So that is like that. It's still not, it looks very good in my mirror, but it's not. That's better, I think. What I'm going to do is just go back to that original brush, get a little bit more of Cryptic on there, and just make sure that that is all nicely blended. That's lovely. Just going back to that brush. Lovely. Obviously I want it a deep, I'll get my words out in a minute. I want it darker here and then blended in, and obviously the light hits me here because I'm not in the center of the room, so sometimes that can make me think that the eye's not properly done, but it is. So now I'm moving on to my favorite brush from, well, one of my favorite brushes I should say, because there's two in the Unicorn or Unicorn's Dream brush set that I love, and this is definitely one of them, and it is the flatter brush. And this brush in particular is fantastic for putting on shimmer shades. Now the next shade is the brightest in the pan, and it's called Rustic, and it looks like that. It's like that electric purple shade, but it's like a two-tone because it's got blue running through it as well. It is absolutely amazing and I love it. So I'm just going to pop the brush in, and then I'm going to add that to the lid. just absolutely love it. And the reason this is so good is because obviously it looks like a neutral eye, and then obviously when you blink or you close your eyes or whatever you want to do, you can see that gorgeous pop of colour there. And so if you don't like too much colour, but you obviously want to try colour, then this is a way to do it. You just pop something brighter on the lid, and then that will give you that pop of colour that you want, but obviously it's not really in your face out there. So yeah, I really like that. And to be honest, obviously, you know, if you're a regular viewer, that I am very into my neutral shades, but I do like now and again to add that little pop of colour there. Now, underneath, obviously, I want to add a little bit of drama, and I went in with the very first shade, which was Cryptic, and the brush that I'm using is becoming a very firm favourite, and it is from that Champagne collection from Makeup Revolution, and it's again one of their flat brushes. So I'm just going into Cryptic, and I really like these brushes. I've used this quite a number of times now. It always washes up really well, and as I mentioned yesterday, the holder that you get is like a corkscrew, and it is amazing. I've never seen a holder like it. Now it always makes me jump, even though I've got that on nearly silent. Now I'm just going underneath the eye with a neutral shade, because obviously we've got that pop of colour on the lid. I wanted it quite neutral, so that's what I've done. I'm just going to deepen up this side. Like that. And then I picked up my PS Pro shading eye brush from Primark, and I actually went in with that rustic shade, so that really bright shade, that electric, well, it's bright purple with electric blue running through it, and I actually put that in the outer corner just to see what that was like. And I really liked it, but I just felt for an outer corner that that was a little bit too bright. So what I did then, I went in with the colour Broadway, which is this shimmer shade there. So I hope you can see that. It's like a very light shimmer colour with a little bit of gold to it, like champagne. So I popped a little bit of that on the brush, and then just went over that just to mute that down a little bit. And that's actually another technique that I use. So if, for example, if I want to put a really bright colour on the lid, you know, I could then tone that down if I wanted to with a champagne shade. So you can certainly do that, and that works really well as well, if of course you're a little bit wary of colour. So that's now toned that down, and it's also given me a gorgeous shimmer in the eye in the corner there. So that is the look for today. I really like that, because you've got that pop of colour, you've got that neutral around the outside, the neutral shades around the outside. I'm trying to say about 5 words all in one go. And you've got that little bit of drama, but with that little bit of colour. And obviously I've got that really bright Cliche, yeah, it was Cliche lipstick on as well. So yeah, really loving that look. It is a firm favourite from that gorgeous dynamic palette. Obviously I will put pictures up on Instagram for you, so you can get a closer look. I'm not quite sure if this camera is picking up the vibrancy of that shade, but I really hope it is. And yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you today. So obviously thank you so much for watching, and do subscribe to watch further videos, and obviously like this video if you enjoyed that or you found it helpful, or of course if you just want to support me. And until next time, thank you. Bye.